Okay, good morning everybody. Our next experiment is salt analysis. Okay, what is salt first? Salt. Salt is a crystalline compound. Salt is a crystalline compound which is formed by the complete neutralization of aqueous strong acid along with aqueous strong base. Okay, what is neutralization? Neutralization is the process in which hydrogen ion from acid and hydroxyl ion from base get neutralized to give undissociated water molecule. Here, some strong aqueous acid with strong aqueous base get neutralized to give a salt. Salt are of 6 types. One is your normal salt, okay? Then is your acidic salt, then is your basic salt, then is your double salt, then complex salt, then mixed salt. First normal salt. Normal salt is your like NaCl, okay? Then sodium nitrate, okay? You may know that these are the normal salt. Also, the normal salt is formed by the complete neutralization of like strong acid as your hydrochloric acid, because it gives H plus ion which completely neutralized. So it is a strong acid. So complete neutralization of strong acid like HCl with complete neutralization of strong base like NaOH, because here OH minus ion is completely neutralized in NaOH, so it is strong base. So complete neutralization of HCl plus NaOH give rise to NaCl plus water. This is a neutralization. Here water molecule is here, but water molecule is undissociated with mixing with NaCl. Okay. Then this is your normal salt. Then acidic salt. Acidic salt are formed by the incomplete neutralization of polybasic acid. That means H plus ion is H plus one or more H plus ion is replaceable here. Here acidic salt like is your NaHCO3, baking soda, okay, sodium bicarbonate. Here H plus ion is one or more H plus ion is replaceable. So it is acidic salt. Then is your basic salt. Such salt which are formed by the incomplete neutralization of polyacid base, where the salt contains one or more hydroxyl group. Here magnesium hydroxychloride Mg OHCl is here, one hydroxyl group is here. Okay, then after that we have to discuss about the salt analysis. Okay, then another salt is your double salt. Here two or more simple salt combines to give a double salt, like your more salt, then potassium. Here this is a double salt. Here potassium K2SO4 dot L2SO4 whole 3 dot 24H2O. This is potassium. Two simple salt, here potassium sulfate and aluminum sulfate combines to give double salt. Then after that complex salt. These salts are compound. These are the compounds which are formed by the combination of simple salt. Here potassium ferrocyanide, this is a complex salt. Then also mixed salt. Those salt which are furnished one or more cation or one or more anion in dissociation with water, like your bleaching powder, calcium oxychloride. This is a mixed salt. Okay. Then first discuss about the salt analysis. Then this salt analysis we have to discuss the salt content two parts. One is your basic part, then another acid part. Like your sodium chloride, Na is basic part because it gives H plus, it gives plus ion. Okay, sodium gives plus ion. Then this is called basic part. Then also in your acidic part, chlorine gives minus ion, so it is acidic part. So we discuss about basic part, then discuss about acidic part. Okay, two parts. Then after that we conclude that this is the basic part, this is the acidic part. So in your conclusion we give the complete salt is mixing of basic with acidic. Okay. Then after that the salt analysis. Salt are of grouping. The basic part of the salt is grouping as 5 groups. First is your group 1, group 2A, 2B, then 3A, 3B, then group IV, then group B. Group 1A, some basic part is your like lead, mercurious mercury, then silver. These are the group 1 radical. Here group reagent is dilute HCl. Now similarly in your group 2A, lead, mercury, then copper, bismuth. These are the group 2A. The group reagent is H2S in presence of dilute HCl. Then also group 2B, arsenic, antimony, tin. These are the group 2B radicals in basic part. Then the group reagent is also as as your H2S in presence of dilute HCl. Then group 3A, aluminum, chromium, iron. These are group 3A. Here group reagent is dilute NH4OH, ammonium hydroxide in presence of ammonium chloride. Then also group 3B, cobalt, nickel, zinc, manganese. These are the group 3B radicals. Here zinc, manganese, they are group 3B radicals. Here H2S in presence of hydrogen sulfide in presence of dilute ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride. Now group IV, calcium, barium, strontium. These are the alkaline earth metal. Okay, the ammonium carbonate in presence of dilute ammonium hydroxide and ammonium chloride. This is the group reagent. Here in group V, magnesium, ammonium, sodium, potassium. These are the group radical. These are the basic radical of group V radicals. Here there is no specific group reagent, only confirmation test is here. Okay, group reagent means those substance we have to take for the treatment of salt. This is the group reagents. Okay, now we have to discuss one group V radical salt is your sodium nitrate. Okay, look at this salt is sodium nitrate. Okay, Na. Here sodium is basic part and nitrate is acidic part. First analysis about sodium is your basic part, then analysis of nitrate part. This is your acid part, then conclusion. Okay, first sodium nitrate. This is a crystalline salt. Look at this salt. This is a crystalline salt. Okay, 2 or 3 pinches of salt was taken in a filter paper. Okay. Then first we discussed about the basic radical of basic part of the salt. Okay. Okay. First is your discussing about basic parts. First is your preliminary test. First, color of the salt. Look at the color. Here the color is white. Okay. Then structure is crystalline. Okay. Then smell, odor. There is no odor, so the color possesses no odor. Okay. Means smell, no smell here. Then about solubility. Either the salt is soluble in cold water or hot water or dilute HCl. First take a pinch of salt in a test tube. Okay, pinch of salt was taken in a test tube. Then soluble in cold water first. Either soluble in cold water or not. The water is taken inside the polyphenol bottle. Okay, the salt is completely soluble in cold water. So the salt, preliminary test, the salt is soluble in cold water. Now first we have to discuss about the dry test for basic radical. Okay, now wash the tube thoroughly. Then discuss about this dry test for basic radical. Okay, the dry test for basic radical, dry test tube heating. These are 3 parts. One is your experiment, observation, inference. Then experiment, what you have to do. First take a pinch of salt in a clean and dry test tube. This is clean and dry test tube. Then the test tube is held by the test tube holder properly. Okay. Then a pinch of salt was taken inside the dry test tube. Here pinch of salt. Okay. Then the test tube was held by test tube holder properly. Okay. First heated gently, then start the Bunsen burner flame. Okay. The Bunsen burner burns with non-luminous flame, with blue flame, with the supply of limited supply of oxygen. Then with the absence of oxygen, this is luminous flame. But in the presence of oxygen, this is non-luminous flame, because hydrocarbon burns with oxygen, it gives non-luminous flame, and absence of oxygen, it gives luminous flame. Now first heated gently. This is your dry test tube, dry test heating. Okay, only dry test, there is no water required here. Okay, what happened here? This is a crystalline salt, so some cracking sound is here. Okay, what is your observation part? First cracking sound is here because of crystalline salt. Then after that you have to point out what noted that the salt first melts on heating. Look at this, melts on heating. During heating procedure, the salts gets heating. The salts get melts. Okay, melts on heating, completely melts. The salts get melts on heating. Okay, melts on heating. Then after that cooling for 5 minutes. What happened? And solidified on cooling. Look at this, what happened? Solidified on cooling. First the salts melts on heating and solidified on cooling, gradually solidified during cooling procedure. Okay, because of due to alkali salt melts on heating and solidified on cooling. Okay, in your inference part you got that alkali is due to the alkali salt, it is melts on heating and solidified on cooling in your observation, but you should note it down in your inference part, it may be alkali salt. Okay, no other procedure will be required, so it will be a solid. Okay, this is your dry test for basic reading. Then after that charcoal cavity test. Okay, where is charcoal cavity? This is charcoal block. Then here one cavity is here. Okay, then hold with tongue properly. Then after that a small cavity is here. Then after that some salt will be filled inside that cavity. Okay, the salt will be filled inside the cavity. Then 1 drop of water will be added. Then the cavity will be held with the tongue and properly hold with your hand. Okay, then a drop of water will be added due to moisten that salt. Okay, first in that salt, then after that reflecting with non-luminous flame continuously through the blowpipe. This is our blowpipe. Okay, what happened here? Look at the procedure of deflecting here or blowing the air through the blowpipe to the flame. What happened here? The salt melts on heating. Then after that deflecting with fire, okay, the salt catches fire, okay, due to the presence of nitrate. Then after that the salt melts on heating and solidified on cooling. Okay, this is your charcoal cavity test. Then our next experiment is your, this is all about your dry test. Then is your flame test. Okay, first a clock glass or watch glass will be taken. Then a little amount of hydrochloric acid, concentrated hydrochloric acid HCl was taken inside it in the glass pipe. Now a nichrome wire or a platinum wire was taken. First use your nichrome wire. Okay. Then the nichrome wire was strongly heated and quenched to the concentrated HCl due to the properly washed it. Okay, strongly heated and quenched to the concentrated HCl. What happened? Okay. And repeat the process about 2 to 3 times to completely wash the nichrome wire or platinum wire. Okay, completely washed it. Then pair of double blue glass will be taken. Okay, first wash the properly, then quench the concentrated HCl and taken a little salt through the nichrome wire, contacting with nichrome wire. Okay, then after that shown to the non-luminous flame. Here it is non-luminous flame and this is your luminous flame. Okay, shown to the outermost zone of the non-luminous flame. First observing naked eye, then observing pair of double blue glass. Okay, what happened here? First in your naked eye, you have to observe that it is golden yellow color. Okay, first observe that it is golden yellow color. Then in pair of blue glass, to observe that it was colorless. The golden yellow color is completely vanished. Okay, look at the another procedure. First observe that again we take a little amount of salt here. Then in your naked eye we have to observe that the color is golden yellow color. This is your flame test. Then in your pair of double blue glass, the color is colorless. So in your naked eye we have observed that it is golden yellow color. The salt is completely burned with golden yellow color in presence of concentrated HCl. Okay, this is your flame test. All about your dry test. Okay. Then wash the plug glass with water. Then our all about your dry test. Then about your wet test. Firstly, sodium is your group V radicals, because ammonium, then magnesium, then sodium, then potassium, these are the group V radicals. Here there is no specific group reagent, only conformation test is proceed. Okay, group V radicals. Here group V radicals, first about 1 ml of the salt solution. This is your wet test, so there is no burner required here. Stop the burner. Then the test holder was taken, holds it completely. Okay, then little amount of salt was taken inside it. Okay. Then this is your wet test procedure. Okay, first little amount of salt was taken inside the test tube. Then little amount of water also added to it, because our salt solution was the required. So here 1 ml of salt solution is completely formed. Okay, okay. Then another test tube was taken with 1 ml of potassium pyroantimonide solution was added to it. Okay, this is potassium pyroantimonide K2H2SB2O7. It is a amorphous salt. I have taken it, amorphous salt, inside the test tube, in a dry test tube. Okay. Then little amount of water also added to it. The color is completely white solution. Okay, previously we have to do the salt solution here colorless. Okay, here white color solution of potassium pyroantimonide solution. This is your wet test. Also is your conformation test, because sodium, potassium, these are the group V radicals. Ammonium, these are group V radical. There is no specific group reagent. Only conformation test is proceed. Okay. Now the potassium pyroantimonide solution was added to that previous salt solution in previous testing. Okay, what happened here? After a few minutes, some white precipitate is formed. Okay, this is the sodium pyroantimonide. After a few minutes, okay, rest it in your test tube stand. What happened after a few minutes? Wash the test tube properly. This is your solution, two solution. After a few minutes, some white precipitate is rest at the bottom of the test tube. Then this is your confirmation test of sodium. Then after that, the acid radicals, where acid radical is NO3 minus nitrate. Then first observe about our test for acid radical. As a main reagent is your concentrate H2SO4. Okay, and test for acid radical. Okay, first a pinch of salt was taken in a clean and dry test tube. clean the test tube. What is the procedure of cleaning test tube? Okay, one test tube holder is here. Okay, this is your cleaning procedure. Look at this. If the test tube becomes wet, this is your cleaning procedure. Okay, this is your cleaning procedure. You stop the burner and take about a pinch of salt inside the clean and dry test tube. Okay, then a pinch of salt was taken in a clean and dry test tube. Then 2 to 3 drops of concentrated H2SO4 was added to it. Here, concentrated H2SO4. Okay, added to it. Some reaction will be takes place. Okay. Then it was warm. Properly. Effervescence will be takes place. Then few pieces of copper turning. Here copper turning. Okay, few pieces of copper turning was added to it. What happened? Effervescence takes place with the evolution of aqueous brown films. Look at the reaction takes place. Here look at this, some copious brown films will be evolved due to the presence of NO2 gas or nitrate gas. This is your main causes of the acidic rain. Okay, acidic rain, NO2 gas. Here some brown films is inside the test tube will be liberated. Okay, this is the copper turning. Look at the brown films. Here reaction takes place. Okay. The brown films will be evolved in upward position. This This is your NO2 gas or nitrate gas. Okay, completely evolved your brown fumes. You got the brown fumes evolved here. So it is NO2 gas. It is very dangerous to human being as causes your acidic rain. Okay, in your acidic rain, the NO2 gas is more favorable for that of rain. Okay, evolved NO2 gas. This is your nitrate. Okay, completely evolved of NO2 gas. It is brown fumes. This is your brown films here evolved at the upper portion of the test tube. Okay, this is your NO2 gas here. Okay, now look at that. What happened here? Then our next part is your study of brown rings. Okay. Next of the burner here it is copper metal. Okay, copper turning. Then the formation of now previously here settling of your white precipitated at the bottom of the test tube. This is your confirmation test of sodium. Okay. Then our next is your brown ring test. Okay, first part is your brown ring. About 1 ml of the salt solution is taken in a clean and dry test tube. Here 1 ml of the salt solution is taken. Then to it was added equal volume of concentrated HCl. Sorry, concentrated H2SO4. Sorry, concentrated H2SO4. For equal volume of concentrated H2SO4 was added to it. Then the test tube was filled by test tube holder. Okay. It was too hot. Look at this. Touch at the end bottom. It was too hot. So reaction will be takes place because of replace of hydrogen ion. So it was too hot. Then it was cooled under tap water perfectly. Okay. Cooled under tap water perfectly as your bottom end. Look at this. What happened? is too cold. Okay, then rest it. Then another step is taken and ferrous sulfate solution was formed. This is your ferrous sulfate. Okay, then solution was taken from some ferrous sulfate is here. Okay, solution. Then the ferrous sulfate solution was slowly added to that of previously prepared pooled sulfuric acid and salt solution, concentrated sulfuric acid and salt solution. Then what happened here? This is the ferrous sulfate solution slowly added to that of without disturbing the previous salt solution with sulfuric acid. Little bit brown ring. Here small ring will be formed. Okay, small ring will be formed inside it. Okay, this is the brown ring formed. Okay.